The Power of Pause. Learn to respond to situations appropriately. Written by Kelvin W. Nathan. Published by Spark Sprit 10. Introduction. In the fast-paced world you live in, it's easy to react impulsively. A harsh word, a snap decision, or a rushed action can create unnecessary stress, conflict, and regret. But what if you learned the art of the pause? What if, instead of reacting, you took a moment to breathe, reflect, and choose your response with intention? The Power of Pause teaches you how to master this critical skill, helping you navigate life's challenges with calm, clarity, and control. Learning to pause isn't just a strategy. It's a way to transform your interactions, decisions, and outcomes. The first principle of pausing is awareness. You can't respond appropriately if you're not present in the moment. Often, emotions like anger, fear, or frustration hijack your mind, pushing you into reaction mode. Pausing allows you to step out of the emotional whirlwind and observe what's happening both within yourself and in the situation around you. This moment of awareness creates the space you need to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Next, the pause gives you the opportunity to assess. Instead of acting on autopilot or letting your emotions take the wheel, you can evaluate the situation. What is truly needed here? What outcome do you want to achieve? When you pause to ask these questions, you align your response with your values, goals, and the bigger picture. This clarity often leads to solutions that de-escalate conflicts, foster understanding, and strengthen relationships. Pausing also strengthens your ability to choose. Reacting is automatic, but responding is a choice. By pausing, you reclaim control over your actions. You no longer feel like a victim of circumstance but a conscious participant in shaping the outcome. Whether it's a thoughtful reply in a heated conversation or a measured decision in a high-stakes moment, pausing helps you act with intention. Finally, pausing cultivates resilience. Life will always throw challenges your way, but when you master the power of the pause, you become more adaptable and emotionally grounded. You respond to difficulties with grace, transforming even tense situations into opportunities for growth. This book will guide you in harnessing the power of the pause to improve your relationships, decisions, and peace of mind. Are you ready to stop reacting and start responding with purpose and confidence? The transformation begins with a simple pause. Let's start now. Did you know that, according to research, our brains take about half a second to process sensory information? In the heat of the moment, this half second can be the difference between a thoughtful response and a regrettable reaction. Imagine possessing the power to pause, reflect, and choose your response all in that tiny window of time. It's all about cultivating self-awareness, identifying your triggers, and practicing mindfulness. So why not take a moment to explore how this power can transform your interactions and relationships? You'll be surprised at the impact it can have. Chapter 1. Understanding the Power of Pause. The essence of silence, often overlooked, holds a unique power in our everyday conversations. You may question its significance, but consider this. A pause can transform a simple exchange of words into a meaningful interaction. It's not just about the absence of sound. It's about the space it creates for thought, reflection, and anticipation. Think about the times you've paused in a conversation. You're not just filling a gap or stalling for time. You're giving yourself the opportunity to process, to think before you speak. You're allowing your listener the chance to absorb what you've just said, to react, and to respond. The power of pause, then, isn't just in the silence. It's in the connection it enables between you and the person you're speaking with. But it's more than just a tool for conversation. It's a way of embracing mindfulness, of being present in the moment. It's a chance to slow down, to take a breath, to listen, not just to the words being spoken but to the silence between them. As you go about your day, you'll find countless opportunities to harness the power of pause. In meetings, in negotiations, in difficult conversations, and even in your everyday interactions. A pause can be a powerful tool. It can give you the space you need to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It can transform the way you communicate, listen, and understand. So, next time you find yourself in a conversation, don't be afraid to pause. Embrace the silence and see where it takes you. Chapter 2. Recognizing impulsive behavior. While harnessing the power of pause can transform your conversation, it's also worth noting its ability to help you become aware of your impulsive behavior. Impulsivity, defined as hasty actions without forethought or reflection on consequences, can often lead to regrettable decisions. Let's start by understanding how impulsive behavior manifests. It's that quick, thoughtless reply in a heated discussion, the impromptu purchase of an expensive item you don't need, or the sudden decision to quit your job because of a stressful day. You've likely experienced these instances where your emotions leak and rationale takes a backseat. Recognizing your impulsive behavior is the first step towards managing it. It requires self-awareness and honesty. You must be able to identify your behaviors that lack thought or reflection. Do you often find yourself saying things you later regret? Do you make decisions based on immediate gratification rather than long-term benefit? These are indications of impulsivity. Remember, recognizing impulsive behavior isn't about self-judgment or criticism. It's about understanding your patterns and tendencies and acknowledging that there's room for improvement. It's about giving yourself a chance to respond rather than react. The power of pause plays a vital role here. By taking a moment to pause, you allow yourself time to think, to evaluate the situation, and to reflect on the consequences. It's a moment of quiet amidst the storm of impulsive thoughts, providing you with the opportunity to choose a more thoughtful and appropriate response. Ultimately, recognizing impulsive behavior and using the power of pause to manage it can lead to a more balanced and controlled approach to life's challenges. Chapter 3. Identifying your triggers. Charting your emotional landscape is important to identify triggers that spark your impulsive behavior. Imagine yourself as an archaeologist, delving into the recesses of your mind, uncovering artifacts of your emotional responses. Your triggers may be buried under layers of experience and may not always be obvious. Yet, with patient introspection, they can be unearthed and examined. Triggers could be anything: a word, a tone, a visual cue, or even a specific person. They are the stimuli that stir your emotions, sometimes in ways you don't even realize. It's important to remember that your triggers are personal to you. What might seem insignificant to someone else could be a significant emotional catalyst for you. Start by examining your reactions in different situations. When do you notice a surge of emotion? What was happening around you? Who was involved? Take note of these details. You're not judging, you're simply observing. Your aim is to understand your emotional responses, not to suppress them. Once you've identified your triggers, don't rush to change them. You've taken a significant step in understanding yourself better. It's important to be gentle with yourself during this process. Remember, self-awareness is a journey, not a destination. Chapter 4. Creating a pause moment. Amidst the turmoil of emotions, carving out a pause moment for yourself can be a powerful tool. When a situation pushes you to the edge, it's important to recognize that you have the power to control your response. This pause moment isn't about suppressing your feelings but rather about creating space to process them. The process of creating a pause moment can be simple. It's all about awareness. The first step is recognizing that you're in a heightened emotional state. This could be anger, frustration, anxiety, excitement, or any other emotion that's pulling you away from a calm, rational state of mind. Next, you need to physically remove yourself from the situation. This could mean stepping outside for a few minutes, moving to a quiet part of the room, or even just closing your eyes and taking a deep breath. The key is to create a break from the immediate emotional trigger. Now you're in your pause moment. This is when you take the time to process what you're feeling. Ask yourself, what's really driving my reaction? Is it appropriate for the situation? What might be a more productive response? By asking these questions, you're not just reacting but consciously deciding how you want to respond. Creating a pause moment is about self-control and self-reflection. It's a skill that takes practice, but over time, it can become a natural part of your emotional response. Remember, it's not about avoiding emotions but managing them in a healthy way. Chapter 5. Practicing mindfulness techniques. Steering through the waves of your emotions requires anchoring yourself in the practice of mindfulness techniques. Harnessing the power of mindfulness is like learning a new language. It's intricate, it requires patience, and it becomes more fluent with practice. It's about being fully present in each moment, acknowledging your feelings, thoughts, and sensations without judgment. Start with something simple: breathing. It's an automatic process, yet when consciously controlled, it's a powerful tool for mindfulness. Focus on your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the air entering and leaving your nostrils. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This practice can help you anchor yourself in the present moment, providing a sense of calm amidst the chaos. Next, try body scanning, a technique where you mentally scan your body from head to toe, observing any sensations without trying to change them. This isn't about diagnosing aches or pains but about cultivating awareness and acceptance of your body. It's a way to reconnect with yourself, to tune into what's happening within you right now. Chapter 6. Developing self-awareness. Building on your mindfulness practice, you're better equipped to commence the journey of developing self-awareness. This isn't just about knowing your favorite color or food. It's about understanding your emotions, reactions, and thought processes in different situations. Developing self-awareness means diving into the depths of your own psyche, peeling back layers to reveal the core of who you are. You've got to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, recognizing patterns and behaviors that may not serve you well. It's like holding up a mirror to your inner self, challenging and often uncomfortable but critical for growth. This isn't an overnight process, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed at times. You're learning to tune into your inner dialogue to understand why you react the way you do. You're developing an emotional intelligence that allows you to navigate life with more grace and resilience. You should also be mindful of your strengths and weaknesses. Acknowledge them, embrace them, and use this knowledge to your advantage. These are parts of you. They shape your interactions with the world. But remember, your weaknesses are not permanent flaws but areas ripe for improvement. Being self-aware also means acknowledging your biases. We all carry prejudices shaped by our experiences and social conditioning. Recognizing these biases helps in making balanced decisions and avoiding any knee-jerk reactions. Developing self-awareness isn't easy. It's a continual process of growth and understanding. But the rewards are immense. You'll experience increased empathy towards others, improved relationships, and a more authentic self. So take your time, be patient with yourself, and remember the power of pause. Chapter 7. Assessing the situation. In the grand tapestry of self-awareness, evaluating the situation is your next essential step. Life, as you know, is never a straightforward path. It's a complex maze of events, decisions, and emotions. It's not about reacting instantly. Rather, it's about understanding and responding appropriately. Herein lies the power of pause. Learn to assess the situation before taking action. It's like a chess game. You need to study the board before making your move. Observing and understanding the context is key. Ask yourself, what's going on here? What are the dynamics at play? Do your best to read between the lines. Next, consider the people involved. Everyone comes with their own baggage, emotions, and perspectives. Don't make assumptions. Instead, seek to understand where they're coming from. Remember, empathy is your ally here. It helps you see things from their viewpoint. Now think about the potential outcomes. Every action has a reaction. Every decision has a consequence. Can you foresee the possible results of your response? This doesn't mean you should predict everything. You can't, but a little foresight can prevent unnecessary strife. Lastly, consider the timing. Is this the right time to respond? Sometimes silence is golden. Other times it's necessary to speak up. Knowing when to do which is an art in itself. Chapter 8. Thinking before acting. Why rush when you have the power to pause and think? In fast-paced situations, it's easy to fall into the trap of quick reactions, which can lead to mistakes or regret. The power of pause allows you to slow down, gain perspective, and think before you act. Think about it. When you're in a heated conversation, do you take the time to process what you're hearing, or do you impulsively react? Most of us are guilty of the latter. It's a natural human tendency. However, that's where the power of pause becomes an invaluable tool. It provides you with the opportunity to step back, breathe, and consider the situation objectively. This process isn't about overthinking or second-guessing yourself. It's about giving yourself the chance to make a considered decision. It's about taking a moment to connect with your thoughts, feelings, and intuition, and to be mindful of your words and actions. Chapter 9. Evaluating your options. After giving yourself the space to pause and think, it's time to review your options. This isn't just about reflecting on what you could do. It's about evaluating the potential impact of each choice. At this stage, you're not yet thinking about the long-term effects but gauging the immediate outcomes. Look at your situation critically. What are the different paths you could take? What are the potential reactions or consequences? To help with this, contemplate the stakeholders involved. Who might be affected by your decisions? How will they potentially react? But remember, it's not all about others. It's essential to reflect on your own feelings and needs. What option aligns best with your values? Which choice will leave you feeling confident and content with your actions? When you've listed your options and their likely immediate outcomes, it's time to weigh them. Not all outcomes carry the same weight. Some might have more significant consequences than others. This isn't about making a quick decision. It's about reflecting on your options thoughtfully. It's crucial to stay objective during this process. It's easy to let emotions sway your judgment, but remember, you're analyzing, not judging. Evaluating options isn't about finding the perfect solution. It's about finding the best possible choice given the circumstances. It's about understanding that every option has its pros and cons and making a decision that you can stand by, regardless of the outcome. Chapter 10. Considering long-term effects. Once you've weighed your immediate options, it's time to cast your gaze further into the future. This step is all about longevity, about considering the long-term effects of your possible decisions. It's not just about the here and now, but about the ripple effects your actions may have in the weeks, months, or even years to come. To do this effectively, you need to put yourself in your future shoes. Imagine it's a year from now. You've made your decision, taken the action. What does your life look like? How have your relationships, career, and personal growth been affected? If the picture you see feels right and aligns with your values and goals, then you're on the right track. But if it's off, if it doesn't sit well with your gut, then it's a sign you may need to reconsider. But don't let the pressure of future consequences paralyze you. Life is unpredictable and no decision comes with a guarantee. Instead, use this exercise as a guide, a tool to help you make a more informed choice, one that respects not only your present needs but also your future self. Chapter 11. Weighing the consequences. While reflecting on the long-term effects is essential, it's equally important to weigh the immediate consequences of your decisions. You're in the driver's seat, and every choice you make can set off a cascade of events. It's worth your time to contemplate these potential outcomes before you act. Allow yourself a moment to think about the possible fallout. What could happen as a result of your actions? Could your decision cause harm to others or yourself? While you can't predict every outcome, you can make an educated guess based on past experiences and knowledge. Use this information to gauge the potential risks and rewards. Remember, you're human. You might not always make the perfect choice, and that's okay. What's important is that you're taking the time to think things through. This pause, this moment of reflection, is your safety net. It gives you a chance to reassess and, if necessary, adjust your course of action. Empathy also plays an important role in weighing the consequences. Put yourself in others' shoes. How would you feel if the roles were reversed? Would you appreciate the decision being made? If the answer is no, then it's a strong signal that you may need to rethink your choice. Chapter 12. Seeking outside perspective. In the face of difficult decisions, seeking outside perspective can be a lifeline. It's not a sign of weakness but of wisdom to recognize when you're too close to a situation to see it clearly. By reaching out to others, you're not only opening up to fresh insights but also broadening your understanding of the issue at hand. Think of it this way: you're in a maze and struggling to find the exit. Those on the outside can see the path you can't, giving you directions to navigate your way out. This metaphor embodies the power of gaining a fresh perspective. It helps you understand aspects that you may have overlooked, highlighting alternative pathways and potential solutions. When you seek an outside perspective, be careful who you turn to. Find someone who's trustworthy, objective, and has your best interests at heart. A mentor, a coach, or a trusted friend can be a good starting point. Their guidance can lead you to insights that you weren't able to see on your own. However, remember that the final decision rests with you. Others' perspectives can illuminate your path, but you're the one who must walk it. Use their insights as tools, not as a crutch. They're there to aid your thinking, not to replace it. Chapter 13. Avoiding impulsive decisions. Having outside guidance can provide a valuable perspective, but it's also essential to remember the role of measured thought in making decisions. You see, impulsive decisions, while occasionally leading to serendipitous outcomes, are more often a fast track to regret. It's like grabbing the first item you see in a grocery store because you're starving. Sure, it might fill you up, but it likely won't provide the nourishment your body needs. So how do you avoid impulsive decisions? The power of pause is your ally here. That doesn't mean you have to meditate for hours before making a choice, but just taking a moment to breathe and consider your options can make a world of difference. It's about being present, not rushed. Imagine you're at a crossroads and each path represents a different decision. Instead of sprinting down the first path that catches your eye, pause, take a breath, and consider the potential consequences, the possible rewards, the risks, and the benefits. That's not to say you should get stuck in analysis paralysis, where you're so caught up in weighing options that you never make a decision. But striking a balance between impulsivity and careful consideration can lead to more satisfying outcomes. Chapter 14. Embracing the unknown. You've mastered the art of pause, but now you're faced with an entirely new challenge: embracing the unknown. It's a formidable task, isn't it? The future is a vast, unexplored territory that you're thrust into whether you're ready or not. It's natural to fear what you can't predict or control, but fear not. This part of the journey is about learning to thrive amidst uncertainty, not shrink away from it. Now, how do you embrace the unknown? It starts with changing your perspective. Instead of viewing the uncertain as a threat, see it as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to adapt. Remember, life's best lessons often come from the unexpected. Next, accept that you can't know everything. There's a certain beauty in not knowing. It keeps life interesting, exciting, and full of surprises. Don't rob yourself of the thrill that comes with discovery. Then practice resilience. Life will throw curveballs, but remember you've been here before. You've faced challenges and you've overcome them. So, when the unknown gets tough, remember that you're tougher. Lastly, trust in your ability to adapt. You're more flexible than you give yourself credit for. You've adjusted to new circumstances before and you'll do it again. Embracing the unknown isn't about having all the answers. It's about being okay with not having them. It's about finding comfort in discomfort, confidence in uncertainty, and strength in vulnerability. It's a journey, not a destination. And remember, you're not alone in this. You've got this. Embrace the unknown, for it is in the unknown that the magic happens. Chapter 15. Building Emotional Intelligence. Building emotional intelligence is like constructing a bridge between your heart and your mind. It's about connecting feelings with thoughts, allowing them to inform each other, not compete. This process isn't easy. It requires patience, practice, and self-awareness, but the rewards are invaluable. You see, emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions as well as the emotions of others. It's not about suppressing feelings, but rather comprehending them, which gives you the power to respond appropriately. Let's break it down. First, you need to identify your emotions. It's crucial to be honest with yourself about what you're feeling. Are you frustrated, excited, or nervous? Don't brush these feelings aside, acknowledge them. Next, try to understand why you're experiencing these emotions. What triggered them? This step helps you understand the root causes of your feelings, fostering a deeper self-awareness. Finally, manage your emotions. This doesn't mean hiding or ignoring them, but rather expressing them in a healthy, constructive way. That might mean taking a moment to compose yourself when you're angry or finding a quiet space to calm down when you're feeling overwhelmed. Developing emotional intelligence isn't a switch you can flip overnight. It's a journey, a constant process of learning about yourself and how you interact with the world around you. And remember, it's okay to stumble along the way. That's part of the process, and each stumble is a chance to learn and grow. Chapter 16. Managing Stress and Anxiety. Life's complexities often bring about stress and anxiety, two emotional states that can feel overwhelming. Yet, with the power of pause, you can manage these feelings and respond appropriately. Understand that stress and anxiety are not inherently negative. They're natural responses to threats or challenges, acting as alarms that alert you to potential dangers. However, when these emotions become chronic, they can wreak havoc on your mental and physical health. To manage stress and anxiety, start by recognizing their triggers. Is it work pressure, personal relationships, or financial concerns? By identifying what sets off these emotions, you can begin to develop coping strategies. Next, consider your physical responses. Does your heart race? Do you feel a knot in your stomach? Paying attention to these physical signs will help you recognize when you're in the throes of stress or anxiety. Once you've identified these triggers and responses, use the power of pause before reacting. Take a moment to breathe deeply and clear your mind. This pause allows you to respond rather than react, giving you the chance to choose a healthier, more productive response. Remember, it's okay to seek help. Therapists, counselors, and support groups can provide valuable tools and strategies for managing stress and anxiety. You're not alone in your struggle, and there are resources available to assist you. Managing stress and anxiety is a journey, not a destination. With practice and patience, you'll discover the power of the pause and learn how to navigate life's complexities with more resilience and grace. Chapter 17. Creating a Safe Space. Countless individuals find comfort in creating a safe space, a sanctuary where they can retreat from their stressors and anxieties. You too can benefit from this practice. It's not just about creating a physical space, but a psychological one as well. A safe space is where you can pause, reflect, and react to situations appropriately without fear of judgment or consequence. Your safe space could be a room in your house, a corner in your garden, or even a state of mind. Choose a place that feels comfortable and calming. Fill it with items that inspire tranquility and happiness. It may include books, art, comfortable furniture, or soothing music. The choice is yours. This space is a reflection of your personal needs and tastes. However, while the physical setting plays an important role, it's the psychological aspect that's essential. To create a psychological safe space, you need to foster an environment of emotional freedom. This is where you allow yourself to feel, think, and express without restraint. It's about acknowledging your feelings and thoughts, whether they're positive or negative. Remember, this process should be organic, not forced. You don't have to create your safe space overnight. Take your time, listen to your needs. This is about you and for you. Creating a safe space is a powerful tool in managing stress and anxiety. It's a place where you can utilize the power of pause, reflect on situations, and respond appropriately. Its creation allows you to better navigate the complexities of life. This is your sanctuary, your haven. Cherish it. Chapter 18. Using pause in daily life. In your daily life, the power of pause can be transformative. It's not just about taking a break from the hustle and bustle, but a deliberate act of stepping back to gain perspective. It's about giving yourself the gift of time, even if it's just a few seconds, to respond rather than react. When you're in the middle of a heated discussion, for instance, a simple pause can provide an opportunity to cool down, collect your thoughts, and approach the situation more objectively. It's easy to get swept up in the heat of the moment, to let emotions dictate your words and actions. But by consciously choosing to pause, you're allowing yourself the chance to de-escalate the situation and perhaps find a more constructive solution. Similarly, when you're overwhelmed by tasks or facing a tough decision, a pause can help you refocus. In the silence, you can prioritize, analyze, and make decisions with a clear mind. You're not just doing things for the sake of getting them done, but with purpose and intention. The power of pause is also beneficial in your interactions with others. It gives you the space to listen more deeply, to understand rather than just hear. It fosters empathy as you're giving others the time and space to express themselves. Chapter 19. Applying pause at work. Applying the power of pause in your workplace can revolutionize not only your productivity but also your relationships with colleagues and superiors. It's not just about stopping for a moment. It's an intentional action that gives you space to think, reflect, and make better decisions. Imagine you're in an intense meeting. Emotions are running high and colleagues are debating fiercely. Instead of reacting instantly when it's your turn to speak, take a brief moment to pause. This gives you time to process the information, evaluate different perspectives, and form a thoughtful response. It also shows respect for others' viewpoints, fostering a more harmonious working environment. Similarly, when you're handling a challenging project, don't rush through just to get it over with. Pause, assess your progress, identify potential pitfalls, and strategize on how best to tackle them. This not only improves the quality of your work but also reduces stress and prevents burnout. Pausing also enhances communication with your superiors. Instead of responding immediately to their requests or feedback, taking a moment to pause can help you understand their expectations better. It allows you to clarify any doubts, align your actions with their goals, and deliver results that truly meet their needs. In a world that values speed and quick responses, pausing may seem counterintuitive. Yet, it's through these deliberate moments of stillness that you gain clarity, make wiser decisions, and build stronger relationships at work. So go ahead and embrace the power of pause in your work life. You might be surprised at the transformation it brings. Chapter 20. Pausing in personal relationships. You might not realize it, but the power of pause can have a significant impact on your personal relationships as well. It's not just about holding your tongue or counting to 10 before you respond. It's about creating a space for reflection, understanding, and measured reactions. Consider a heated argument with a loved one. Emotions run high, words fly, and before you know it, things escalate. But what if you paused? What if you took a moment to breathe, collect your thoughts, and truly listen to the other person's perspective? That's the power of pause. It allows you to respond in a way that is thoughtful, caring, and respectful, even in the face of disagreement or conflict. Pausing also helps you build deeper connections. When you pause to really listen to someone, you're showing them that their words matter, that their feelings are valid, and that you're truly present in that moment with them. That kind of attention is rare and valuable in our fast-paced world. And let's not forget about self-care. Pausing isn't just about how you interact with others, it's also about how you treat yourself. When you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, a moment of pause can help you regain your balance, reassess your priorities, and respond to your own needs with kindness and compassion. Chapter 21. Overcoming fear and doubt. Harnessing the power of pause isn't just beneficial for enhancing your personal relationships. It's a powerful tool to help you overcome fear and doubt. Let's explore how it can be used in this situation. Fear and doubt are natural responses to unfamiliar or challenging situations. They can cloud your judgment, disrupt your decision-making process, and lead to emotional unrest. But when you learn to pause, you provide yourself with an opportunity to step back, breathe, and assess the situation more objectively. Imagine you're faced with a difficult decision at work. You're unsure of the best course of action and fear making the wrong choice. Instead of rushing into a decision, you pause. You allow your thoughts to settle. You take the time to evaluate your options, weigh the potential outcomes, and make an informed decision. This pause can alleviate your fear and doubt, providing you with clarity and confidence. Remember, pausing isn't about inaction or avoidance. It's about giving yourself the space and time to respond to situations appropriately. When fear and doubt arise, don't let them dictate your actions. Instead, use the power of pause to your advantage. It can help you navigate through the fog of uncertainty and make decisions that align with your values and goals. You're not alone in your struggle with fear and doubt. We all face them. But by embracing the power of pause, you can cultivate resilience, build confidence, and approach challenges with a clear, calm mind. So the next time fear and doubt creep in, take a deep breath, pause, and then proceed. Chapter 22. Cultivating Patience and Tolerance. Drawing upon the power of pause, patience and tolerance can also be developed and fostered. You see, when you pause, you create a space, a momentary respite, that allows you to consciously choose how to react. It's in this space that you'll find the seeds of patience and tolerance. Patience is about understanding that things take time. You can't rush a sunrise or a flower's bloom, so why should you rush your reactions? Take a step back, gather your thoughts, and allow yourself the serenity of knowing that not everything needs an immediate response. This doesn't mean you're weak. Rather, it's a reflection of your strength and wisdom. Similarly, tolerance is about embracing differences and accepting that not everyone will have the same perspective as you. It's about allowing space for other opinions, ideas, and feelings, even if they don't align with yours. It isn't about agreeing or giving in, but about being open and respectful. When you pause, you give yourself a chance to see beyond your immediate reaction, to understand the bigger picture. Incorporating the power of pause into your life can be a transformative experience. It can help you cultivate an attitude of patience, where you give yourself and others the time needed to express and evolve. Additionally, it can foster a spirit of tolerance, where you appreciate diversity instead of resisting it. Remember, the power of pause isn't about inaction, it's about intentional action. And with practice, you'll find that patience and tolerance aren't just virtues, they're choices you make for a more balanced understanding of life. Chapter 23. Developing a Growth Mindset. Embrace the power of pause, and you open the door to developing a growth mindset. You might wonder how these two concepts connect. Well, the pause is a moment of reflection, a space where you can take a step back from a situation and analyze it. This reflection allows you to see things differently, fostering the growth mindset. Understanding the growth mindset involves recognizing that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's the belief that you're always capable of learning and improving. When you pause before reacting to a situation, you grant yourself the opportunity to grow. Instead of reacting impulsively, you're choosing to learn from the situation. Taking a moment to pause doesn't mean you're weak or indecisive. Instead, it shows that you're thoughtful and open to change. You're not stuck in your ways but adaptable. Imagine you're faced with a difficult task. A fixed mindset might cause you to shy away, fearing failure. But by pausing, you can shift to a growth mindset. You can view the task as an opportunity to learn, to challenge yourself, and to grow. Even if you fail, you'll learn from it, and that's a victory in itself. Chapter 24. Integrating Pause into Habits. Building the habit of pausing into your daily life can be a game changer for your personal and professional growth. It's not just about being more patient or thoughtful. It's about cultivating a mindset that values reflection, consideration, and measured responses over knee-jerk reactions. You might be wondering, how do I integrate this pause into my habits? Start small. Choose a particular scenario where you often find yourself reacting hastily. It could be in your interactions with a colleague, during stressful situations, or when you're faced with a difficult decision. Make it a priority to pause in these moments. You don't need to delay your response for an hour. Even a few seconds can make a huge difference. Remember, the purpose of the pause is to give you a moment of clarity. It's a chance to step back, gather your thoughts, and approach the situation from a neutral standpoint. It's a tool that allows you to respond rather than react. Next, gradually extend this practice to other scenarios. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. It's like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Soon, you'll find that you're not just reacting less, but you're also making better decisions, managing stress more effectively, and communicating more constructively. The power of pause isn't just about creating space in your responses. It's about transforming your thinking and your habits to foster a more thoughtful, balanced approach to life. It's a small change that can have a big impact. Chapter 25. Sustaining a Pause Practice. Keeping up with your pause practice can seem challenging, but it's not as hard as you might think. By creating mindful moments, expanding your breathing space, and engaging in calmness conditioning exercises, you can greatly enhance your ability to pause. By delaying emotional responses and clarifying thoughts, you'll find that your pause practice becomes second nature, offering you a powerful tool for steering through life's ups and downs. Creating mindful moments in your day-to-day life is not just beneficial, it's transformative. It's about taking a step back, pausing, and allowing yourself to fully experience the present moment. This practice cultivates a sense of awareness and connection with your surroundings and within yourself. Consider the times when you're overwhelmed with stress or buried under a pile of tasks. It's in these moments where the power of pause truly shines. Instead of reacting impulsively or letting your emotions take the wheel, you can create a mindful moment. Take a minute to acknowledge your feelings, understand their root cause, and then decide on how to respond appropriately. Creating mindful moments is not a one-time task but a continuous practice. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And remember, it's not about achieving a state of constant tranquility, but about developing the ability to navigate through life's complexities with more grace and wisdom. There's a sense of liberation that comes from mastering the art of the pause. But how do you extend these moments of mindfulness? The answer lies in expanding your breathing space. Let's explore how you can cultivate this essential skill. You're familiar with the old adage, inhale the future, exhale the past. Breathing deeply and intentionally creates a buffer between you and the immediate reactions often spurred by stressful situations. It's like a soft cushion that absorbs the hard edges of your frantic thoughts, giving you time to respond thoughtfully. Imagine your breath as a vast open space, uncluttered by your worries or fears. Each time you breathe in, you're inviting calmness and clarity into this space, and as you exhale, you're releasing tension and negativity, making even more room for peace. This is your breathing space and it's infinitely expandable. The key to expanding this space lies in consistency. You've got to practice this mindful breathing regularly, making it a part of your daily routine. Whether it's during your morning meditation or in the middle of a hectic day, take a moment to pause and breathe. You'll find the power of the pause grows with each breath you take. Chapter 26. Calmness Conditioning Exercise. Embracing the calmness conditioning exercise, a method designed to sustain your pause practice, can transform your response to stress. Think of it as a mental conditioning drill. This practice encourages you to cultivate a state of tranquility even in the midst of chaos. It's all about training your mind to maintain that vital pause before reaction, to hold on to calmness like a lifeline in a stormy sea. Begin by identifying a situation that typically triggers a hasty response. Now, instead of reacting immediately, practice sustaining a pause. Feel your emotions but don't let them control you. Imagine these feelings as waves. They rise, they peak, but eventually they recede. It's not about suppressing your emotions. It's about managing them, understanding them, and giving them the space they need. Over time, you'll find that you're not as easily swayed by your triggers. You're in control, not your emotions. You'll respond, not react. Remember, it's a journey and it's okay to falter. What matters is your commitment to this practice, your willingness to pause, to harness the power of calmness. You've got this. Pivoting from calmness conditioning exercises, it's important to understand how to delay your emotional responses, a key component of sustaining a pause practice. You see, emotional response delay isn't about suppressing feelings, but rather about creating the space to process them more effectively. Why is this important? Well, when emotions run high, the ability to respond appropriately can become clouded. It's like trying to see through a foggy window. By delaying your emotional response, you're fundamentally giving that fog a chance to clear. Imagine you're in a heated conversation. Typically, your automatic response might be to react defensively, right? But with emotional response delay, you're able to take a step back, breathe, and assess the situation with a level head. You're not just reacting, you're responding. And there's a big difference between the two. When you react, it's often fueled by immediate emotions, but when you respond, you're taking into account the whole picture. You're considering your feelings, yes, but you're also taking the time to understand the other person's perspective. Emotional response delay, when practiced consistently, can create a more balanced, thoughtful interaction. It's a tool to help you navigate difficult situations with grace and understanding. Chapter 27. Thought clarification. Steering through the sea of your thoughts can often be overwhelming, especially when emotions are running high. But that's where the power of pause comes in. By taking a moment to pause, you're not just delaying your response but also creating space for an essential process: thought clarification. Thought clarification isn't about suppressing your emotions or reactions. Rather, it's about understanding them. You're giving yourself permission to explore your thoughts deeply, to question why you're feeling the way you do, and what those emotions say about your current situation. It's not always easy. It can feel uncomfortable to peer into the depths of your own mind, especially when what you find is raw and unfiltered. but it's also incredibly empowering. It allows you to see the situation from a different perspective, to find the root cause of your feelings, and to respond appropriately rather than just reacting on impulse. Building a routine around this pause practice is the key to revealing your inner wisdom. You might wonder how simply pausing can open such profound insight. Well, it's not just about the act of pausing, but what you do in that stillness. It's during these moments of quiet reflection that your mind sifts through the noise, allowing your inner voice to come forward. Don't think of the pause as an interruption, but rather as a bridge to your intuition. It's that gut feeling, that voice inside, that often knows the right path before your conscious mind does. It's your inner wisdom that's been there all along, patiently waiting for you to listen. To sustain this practice, consistency is key. Find moments throughout your day to pause. It might be first thing in the morning, during a lunch break, or before going to bed. Each pause is an opportunity for introspection, a chance to tune in and listen. It's a practice that may feel uncomfortable at first, but over time you'll learn to cherish these quiet moments and the insight they provide. So there you have it. The secret sauce to keep your cool, the power of pause. It's not rocket science, is it? Just breathe, reflect, and respond. Imagine no more foot-in-mouth moments, no more hastily sent regrettable texts. Just calm, composed, and thoughtful responses. Who knew that a little pause could be your superhero cape in chaotic situations? Practice it, master it, and see the magic unfold. Remember, the power of pause isn't just a skill, it's a lifestyle.